I was not able to make some videos for the weekend because I hurt my legs. So I'm having a break for a couple of days in filming. So it's the first time that I go out after the weekend, and usually I go out on the weekend to do all my filmings for the week, but I was not able to do so because like I said, I hurt my leg. But it's getting better now. I'll be back in action because it's still a little bit numb, but nah, it'll be alright. So be stopped now. I want to turn. So those are all the big skyscrapers that you'll see here in Cebu City. There's more being built around, but this is the one in Gordo Avenue. And you got that Montage, which is a very stylish building with all the eco designs. But that one is like a tall, thin building in a corner of Gordo Avenue. I'm up here in the fourth floor of Ayala Center Cebu, and I could share with you the view from here, in which the skyline is always changing with all the rising of different skyscrapers as I update the view around here. Like there's another one rising up in there, and then also the grand residences, and up ahead you can see another building rising up. So it's always changing the skyline from this area of Ayala Center Cebu. Now the terraces is the extension of Ayala, where you can find the gardens and the restaurants. Not all restaurants here are open, so I'm planning to give you a tour of the different restaurants that's in here that's open. So as you can see, Joni's Chicken is open. So this is Burgers and Sausages. Flame It Burgers is open, but you need to have social distancing. Of course, the tables are all spaced apart, 1 meter apart. So I'll give you a tour of what are the restaurants that's open around in Ayala Cebu, and what are the kind of restaurants at the same time that's available here. Red Lizard, it's a Mexican restaurant, is still closed, so you can see there's no tables or nothing in there, just closed. But it's the Mexican restaurant where you have burritos, tacos, and beside it, Flame It Burgers and Sausages is open. Now let's go down. I'm here on the third floor of the terraces, and as you can see, this is Dakasi tea drinks. So they're open for dine-in, but they're open for takeout only. So the kasi are those milk tea drinks that you can buy with different kinds of styles, with bowls and stuff like that. Now as we walk on, there's the Albeo condominium office that you can see on the left side. And you know, it's the company of the Ayala Malls. The Ayala Centers is the owner of this Albeo, Ayala Land. So also, what's open here is Yellow Cab. And for those smokers, they have cigarettes vendor here, Fuma. It's open. And here is Yellow Cab Pizza. It's open for dine-in, of course, social distancing and takeout. And right next there is Shakey's. Shakey's is also open. And of course, Gilligan's is open at certain times. Here you can see that they have designated tables where you can sit down, and they are open at nighttime. And right now it's mostly there. You can see there's somebody there. And these are the menus of Gilligan's. There's the chicken, and that's the pork menu. And then there's their set menus. They are open for takeout and dine-in actually, but it's just very quiet right now. Then you got Boy Suba. That's another Filipino restaurant. Gilligan's is Filipino restaurant. There's the menu of Boy Suba. Masa mo time mo close? 8. Kamu katardaran diri? So opening times are around 10 nya. But most of them are closed at 8 o'clock, but some are closing earlier. So here is the menu of Boy Suba. So you can see it's mostly Filipino food. So it's a grill restaurant because the word Suba is actually means grill here in Cebu. Thank you. And right next to Boy Suba is Kublai Khan. You know, the Mongolian eat all you can, where you mix your own food, select your own ingredients, and the cook will just put fire on it. And they close at 6:30 in the evening. And this is Dessert Factory. Of course, it's open. And then that was open earlier as well. And you got Casa Verde. Casa Verde is burgers, ribs, you know, American style of restaurants. And right next to it is Chikaan. Chikaan is a popular Filipino restaurant. It started near Mango Avenue, and now it's a big chain of restaurants. They have branches everywhere. So Chikaan is a Filipino restaurant, and as you can see over here, it used to be a pizza place. It's now closed. You know, the make your own pizza. It's closed over here. So let's go down to the second floor. So there's more restaurants on the second floor that's open than the third floor. I'm now here on the second floor of Teresa's Ayala Center Cebu. This is right across Starbucks that you can access through the roundabout here when you enter on the east side of Ayala Center Cebu. And right on the corner is Pan de Manila, which is a bakery shop, specialized bakery shop. And another open is Pancake House. Pancake House is, yes, by the name itself, of course, selling pancakes, but they also sell breakfast and Filipino food as well as American breakfasts. And right here next to Pancake House is Teriyaki Boy. Teriyaki Boy is a Japanese restaurant. So they are here right on the corner of the east side entrance. Teriyaki Boy. You have there, they got some specials that they offer. And beside Teriyaki Boy is the sizzling steak plate. I think they're also open. Yes, they are. It's called the sizzling steak before you go into the entrance, and right across is Jerry's Restaurant and Bar. It is also open and closed at 8 p.m. Here is the Army Navy, which is a burger and burrito specialty. And next to it is Big Mao, which is a Chinese restaurant. And then there's Watson's, and of course next to it is Boss Coffee, a Cebuano franchise of coffee shop. Boss Coffee gets their coffee beans from the mountains of in the north in Sagada. So they support the coffee farmers of the Philippines. So that's the other entrance. And I'm on the second floor, so you are now nearer to the gardens. So right across Boss Coffee, you got a Figaro Coffee, another coffee shop. And then that's Chicken Bonchon. Chicken Bonchon is Korean type of chicken cooking. You know, it's more popular in Korea. I haven't tried it myself, but I've heard it's quite nice. So Chicken Bonchon, Korean chicken, is open. And here is Big B's. Big B's is a Filipino restaurant and very popular with family dinners, you know. So that's the name. So that's their menu. So it's mostly steak and grill. It's like American inspired, but with Filipino dishes as well, combined with ribs and chips, you know. So that's the one. Then let's go on the other side over here, still on the second floor. Here's facing the Ayala main mall. This is Hukad, another Filipino restaurant by Golden Cowrie Filipino Restaurant. This is their other franchise. So it's all mostly Filipino food in Hukad. And right next to it is a Chinese restaurant called Ching Chong Tai, like that. But it's now closed. So Moon is still open. It's a Mexican restaurant. So you can see here, Moon inspired, Mexican inspired restaurant. So next is Shabu Wei. Is the hot pot restaurant like the one they do in Singapore, Taiwan. So it's mostly Chinese restaurant. Shabu Wei. So if you're familiar with the hot pot cuisine, that's what they do here. So this is their cuisine. And it's most, I've seen this on other countries like I said, Singapore, Hong Kong, even in Japan, they have this one. So this is a Chinese inspired, it's a Japanese. Shabu Shabu is actually a Japanese hot pot. But when I went to those places like Hong Kong and Taiwan and Singapore, they also got their own version of the Shabu Shabu, the hot pot cooking dining. So you are served with raw food, and then you will be cooking it in the middle of the table because there will be a hot pot boiling in the table. So next is Sunburst fried chicken. That's a Filipino restaurant, but it's mostly chicken burger, about chicken. And right next to it is Kuya J restaurant, another restaurant owned by a Cebuano franchise. It's mostly Filipino food. And there's an entrance here as well from the escalators down there. And here is Cafe Laguna. Of course, it's a Filipino restaurant. Laguna Cafe, Garden Cafe. So that's the gardens of Ayala. Ayala Terraces Gardens. So Laguna Garden Cafe is open, and right next to it is Oppa Chicken. Oppa is Korean inspired chicken, and it's mostly only for takeout. See? That's the prices and the pictures that you see. Oppa chicken. So they got different stuff here as well. Atomic bomb chicken. Wow. So this is one you can try out if you're into the chicken but wants different kind of cuisine. Ganjang, banban chicken, original chicken, gobang, and there's salad. And here is the K-pop barbecue, meat all you can. So it's just like the hot pot. All you do is you're given a raw food, different kinds of meat, and then you cook it in the front of you. So this is called K-pop meat all you can barbecue. So you do the barbecue there in front of you. And this is the entrance of K-pop barbecue. I'm now down here on the ground floor of the terraces in Ayala Center Cebu. I'm now looking at this fountain that's surrounded with this beautiful psyllium plant. And you can see the nativity for Christmas season display. So you can imagine it being lit up at night with all the decorations around. So on this ground floor area, you can see underneath the Starbucks coffee right there, it's still the Latigula Italian cuisine. It's an Italian restaurant that's been around Cebu for quite some time now. So they are open, but you need to, like everyone else, social distancing and contact tracing. And over there on the left side, you can see Red Box. It's like you rent a room and they serve food, and you can even have food delivered from other restaurant around in Ayala, and you do sing-alongs, you know. karaoke rooms in here in Red Box, but as of the moment they are closed because it's hard to operate this kind of business if you have to observe social distancing. And on the right side again, I will just tour you around. That's Mac's restaurant. It's a Filipino chicken restaurant. My favorite there is the young chicken fried chicken, whole young chicken fried. And so Mac's restaurant is open for dine-in, and they also have a selection of vegetarian like tofu, and of course my favorite ice cream place, Gelatissimo. And right across it is Seattle's best coffee shop, Seattle's best coffee. So you are now near the gardens, because you are now on the ground floor when you reach here, and all two restaurants around here are already closed. The Banana Leaf, I could remember that, and another Filipino restaurant, and it's also closed. And what's remaining here is Somo Sam, and by the looks of it, it's also closed. So it's a Japanese restaurant, but it's already closed. Now, thank God it's Friday, it's still existing. And you know that thank God it's Friday is an American diner restaurant. So here you can see all the garden features of the terraces. So thank God it's Friday is open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So they got all the festive decorations there as you go into the mall from the garden. So I'll let you have a look. A very nice one. So people are taking pictures in the background of that Christmas decoration. This is another branch of Cafe Laguna. Cafe Laguna, by the way, again, it is Filipino restaurant cuisine. Then over here, you have lemongrass. It's a Vietnamese Thailand dishes. I'll just let you have a look at this one first. The garden is just beautifully manicured. Then go back to our lemongrass. Like I said, it's Vietnamese and Thailand dishes. Open for dine-in and take-out until 8 p.m. Then of course, the one right next to it is the Abaca Baking Company. It's like a coffee shop and pastries, cakes, and it extends over here. And then that's not the restaurant anymore, that's like dental. So I'll get down and go on the other side through here because it's not connected. So you got a playground here, you got the Bello aesthetic clinic, you know, for plastic surgeries. And here, the other side of the ground floor area, where you have to go to the garden to go up there, is a line of different restaurants that's open. So the first one there you can see is JCO Donuts and Coffee. They are open. Then on this next one is a Japanese grill and sushi bar. Watami. And right next to is an Italian restaurant, Italiani. And then another Japanese restaurant, but it's closed. I haven't even tried this. Barioma Ramen. That is still closed. And even the Thai restaurant is still closed. This is a Thai restaurant, Thai Chamise Cuisine. It's still closed. Now the Coffee Bean, Tea and Leaf. That's a coffee shop. And they're open. And this is the other part of Cafe Laguna, because Cafe Laguna got 2 branches here. This is their main one to hold all the events for your parties. And they are a Filipino restaurant. So this is the restaurants and terraces. We got a couple more on the end. Then I'll take you to the one in the extension near the cinema. And of course the inside one, the regular like George. And there's a new one here. I tried this once. And I think they are now closed. It's called Patpo. It's a Vietnamese restaurant, but seems to be closed now. And there's Starbucks there. So these are the restaurants that you can see and like to try out here in Ayala Center Cebu, terraces. And some of them are closed, as you can see. I have shown you. Some are now open. So you can see like 90% are open. So I'm now inside the mall. So, as I said, TGIF, thank God it's Friday, American Bar and Grill is open. And right next to it is Leona Cakes and Pastries is also open. I'm now here inside Ayala Mall. I'm going to the 3rd floor. As you can see, Jollibee, Greenwich, Shakey's, and Yellow Cab is open because their shops extend inside, so you can see them opening. Here inside is Butterbean, of course, a dessert factory, you know, to drink coffee and have some cookies. But McDonald's is still closed here in Ayala Center Cebu. They have not opened yet. And then you got the Dunkin' Donuts. KFC is also open. And here, Burger King, of course, is open. Tony Q juice bar is closed. And the one that's open there is Joni's, Sizzler, and Roast. Of course, the cinema is still not allowed for any opening because of the social distancing. So you got Happy Lemon and Playmate Burger. Red Lizard is still closed. So I'm here now to the extension of Ayala by the food court part. This is still part of the terraces. And you can see from here, Japanese restaurant Mismo Kuno Teppanyaki is open. And you have the Pepper Lunch. Pepper Lunch is like modern type of rice and lunch set that you can buy. They are open. The sweet room is also open. And salad stop. Sweet room is like a coffee shop, pastry, and they also open food. Salad stop, by the name itself, is salads. And the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf is, of course, a coffee shop. Here, Sachi, authentic Japanese. They are open. and it's mostly for takeout. And Brick is American inspired restaurant. You can see burgers, ribs is open. And right over here there's also a group of restaurant that I'll tour to give you the information if they are open. So the social, in which a big one is in IT Park, they are open. Seafood Island is also open. And this is so by the name itself, it is a Filipino restaurant. This is the sample of their menu. They're open until 8 p.m. And right next to it is New Orleans Bourbon Street Rib Steaks and Oysters. You know what it is. It's an American-inspired Louisiana kind of cuisine. But this is the one that they have for menu. So they have an open bar outside. So another one here is My Street. It's a bait shop. And then the Cold Stone Creamery, which is an ice cream shop. It's open right next to the second branch of Starbucks here in Ayala Center. The Traviolata restaurant is still closed. And S&R New York style pizza, it's still open. They were open in the pandemic as well, so they continue to open. And of course, Majestic Chinese restaurant is open. And you have Golden Curry, the Filipino restaurant as well. This is the area where a lot of family dinings are happening. Because like Majestic and Golden Curry caters for big numbers of diners. So they are open. So over here, there will be another restaurant opening soon. It's Kim Restaurant, and right next to it is Eta's restaurant. That's eclectic food and drinks. So they're open from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. and still closed right now is Fudge. They are still closed. Fudge is like a snacks, cakes, and all that. So I'm going back in now to the food court, and you can see what are the type of kiosks that's open there. So inside the food court, this is the situation now. Look at how far is the setting of the tables. And there's only this Master Siomai, Sugbahan, Marina, Greek Tavern, Ming Fu. So Master Siomai, of course, is Filipino restaurant. Sugbahan, Marina are all Filipino restaurant. And then my Greek Taberna is a Greek restaurant. Ming Fu is Chinese, and then you have the Filipino restaurant on the top. The Balamban Liempo is also Filipino and still closed. Going into the food court, you need to come on here and exit here. You need to list your name and before you're allowed in. The little kiosk like shawarma shop is closed. Only Thursday. Over here, Lechon is closed. Dairy Queen is closed. Only the Chinese and Japanese restaurant is here. Dim Sum and Tokyo Joe. Movies are still not allowed, so they're closed. Even the time zone and any recreational area is closed for protection. So over here, Shakey's, Greenwich, Jollibee is open, and right across is KFC is also open. Chowking is also open, and of course Kenny Rogers is open. And right next to it is Pizza Hut. It's open. So I'll take you now to the other side of the new extension where there are restaurants as well. Let me just see here. You got the Dairy Queen. Because in near the cinema it's closed, you can have your Dairy Queen here. And also there is Torque, small kiosks of food shops here. This is the chat time, which is tea, milk teas, and of course the Torques. They're open. And on this side, Mother's Fried Chicken is open as well. And of course the Rai Rai Ken, the Japanese restaurant. This is waffles. Rai Rai Ken is ramen house and sushi bar. The Persian Palette is also open. So you still can dine in here. And there's also another restaurant here, the Gongcha. It's a Korean inspired snack because it's mostly those tea drinks. And Mang Inasal is now open. They now have Mang Inasal in here in Ayala Center Cebu. But you can see there are only 4 takeout, and then of course down there there's Krispy Kreme. So this is the branch of Krispy Kreme here in Ayala Center Cebu. And right over here is Bread Talk, the bake shop. It's like a gourmet bake shop. Pizzas, pasta, and salads. Sabaru is still open. New York Pizza. Like I said, Oh George is still open here. Your favorite pasta restaurant. And you know what's new here? They got these pop-up shops for to go. First slice pizza, quickly teas, honey roasted chicken, the dim sum, and all for takeout. The butterbean cookies, and what else is here? Iced tea. What's this? Island tea. Second drink at 11 pesos only. And Good Farm ice creams and cakes. And of course the dim sum. And Good Farm is actually a vegan restaurant. vegan, sugar-free, vegan, keto kinds of cakes.